Affordability. That's what's on everyone's mind when it comes to buying a home in Northern Colorado. I'll tell you what, I got some great options, some things to think about. It may not be as unaffordable as you think. So interest rates just recently came down a little bit. It's at the lowest point in 10 months. So hopefully that's going to make a change. Hopefully Fed fund rate gets dropped again, and hopefully this continues. But don't focus so much on that because there's nothing we can do to control that. But if let's say you were looking to buy a townhome or a condo in Fort Collins, Colorado, you got to think about the HOA fee. You got to think about your insurance, which continues to go up. You got all these costs of ownership. Do you have the down payment? What's my payment going to be? There's all kinds of things you're concerned with that. But I got a great idea, a couple of tips that can help you buy a home in today's market. I think interest rates are going to drop. You'll refinance, and then the cost of you'll refinance and you'll save money on that monthly payment from there. Okay, so let's dive in here. First of all, I've got a great listing, so we'll use that as the example. It's 5850 Dripping Rock Lane in Fort Collins, Colorado. It's unit G201. I've got that listed right now, which is August of 2025. This unit is beautiful. It's 2-bedroom, 2-bath, open kitchen, beautiful appliances, upgraded HVAC system, attached 1-car garage. So much going on with this. So let's use that as our example. So if you were interested in that one, my lender partner, which is Troy Baldwin with Guild Mortgage in Northern Colorado, he's offering a 1% credit. So just take that off the top, 1% back to you if you work with the preferred lender. So that's step one. Save 1% of the purchase price or the loan price. Based on that is fantastic. Now let's look at these examples that he put together for us. These are both FHA and conventional loans, 2 loan options. So most people are thinking you need to put down 20%. Nobody puts down 20%, especially first-time home buyers. An FHA loan, you can put down just 3.5% of the purchase price. A conventional loan, there are programs where you can put down just 5%. And now you're dividing this out over 30 years. In this example, we've got a 6.25 to 6.25 for the FHA and 6.5 on the conventional loans. That's a down payment on the FHA loans of only $13,200. So really, you're only putting down $13,000. You do have fees associated with this, so you're looking at about $24,000. Or if your closing costs are lower here, you're going to only put down less than $21,000, and that's going to get your monthly payment to about $3,200, $3,300, somewhere in that range. But here's the thing: not only are we offering a 1% lender credit on this particular property, but the seller of this property and on most other properties you're going to look at are going to offer a seller concession. It's worth asking about the seller concession. So what you can do with that is you can pay your closing costs, you can use it to buy down the rate. In this example, let's say you ask for a seller concession of $5,000, use that to buy down your rate. Popular thing right now is a 2-1 buy down. For the first year, you get 2% off the interest rate. The second year, you get 1% off the interest rate. The third year, you're at your regular current interest rate. Idea is that rates come down and you refinance and save all that money at that time. But if you did that with the seller's money, the $5,000 of that, plus you got the 1% back from the lender, bam, this is not that big of a deal. You only need $14,000 down to make this happen. The payment's not terrible. You can put a roommate in the second room, get them to pay a good chunk of this mortgage for you, and kind of house hack this, get this all equity built up, and you're off and running with your real estate portfolio. So that's what's going on with that. Think about that. If you're buying a condo or a townhome in today's market, you could ask the seller to pay for 1 year's worth of HOA fees. You can ask them for the concession, pick one of those, do one of those, get a lender credit, and really you're only putting down 3.5% if you're qualified for an FHA loan. So all of those things together make home ownership more affordable than you think it probably is. If you have questions about that, you can hit me up at my website, which is www.andyhallbaker.com. My name is Andy Hallbaker. I'm a realtor in Northern Colorado with Coldwell Banker Realty's Northern Colorado office. I service Fort Collins, Loveland, Windsor, Greeley, Longmont, and surrounding areas. Okay, that's it. Listen to my advice, and if you need anything, reach out to me at my website. Thanks so much.